Now all I have to do is my notation, so back to annotation, I'll go to text, I'll go ahead and set my 3-point arrow here. Now, unfortunately, yes, you have to retype your notes. But in the grand scheme of things, there are a number of worse issues to have to deal with than to retype a few notes. So there we go. So this detail has been completely recreated. So what we do not want to do is we do not want to include this title as a part of the detail. Remember, your title is a part of your detail being placed on the page. But what we do want to do is I want to put the title on the sheet to typical piping isolation through wood stud. And then for the view name, we can do something like pipe iso wood, pipe isolation through wood stud. And that'll be the view name so that we can keep track of what's what over here so we don't have a very long drawn out title to have to sort through here. And what I will add is for pipe sizes 1 1/2 inch, or I could hold down my Alt key 0171. Nope. It doesn't work because of the way I'm doing my videos right now, so never mind. 1 1/2 inch and larger. So this this one's done. Now, another thing that I can do is I'll right-click, duplicate view, and duplicate this view. You can notice that my reference didn't go with it. I've got to relink that file in. But now that I've got everything else that's already set, I can now look at this, look at that, and I can actually just click on the delete button. Come back over here to copy of pipe ISO wood, which has got the same title on the sheet and everything. Back to the insert command. Let's look at manage links, CAD formats. You can see that because we deleted the only instance of that the CAD file reference, it actually went away. So once again, link CAD, acoustical 1, center to center, make it black and white, all that stuff is fine. Click on the whole thing, zoom all, visibility graphics, imported categories, there's that acoustical drawing, set it to halftone, and this is just so that we can see everything that's going on. For this guy right here, this is a note that's going to be showing up in multiple places. That's going to be a schedule view, or I'm sorry, not a schedule view, a legend view, which is just like a drafting view, except a legend view can actually occur on multiple sheets. And that is, so the same process that we just went through of referencing the file in and setting it to halftone, very, very similar, identical. It's not there, it's here, isn't it? Yeah, there it is, legend. So what, again, a legend is just like a drafting view, except it shows up on multiple sheets. So we would need to create a legend view to put that note on, so that if we have 3 or 4 or 5 sheets of details, we only have to have that single legend view. So any note that gets changed on it automatically shows up on all 5 views. So let me zoom in on here. All this detailing that you see here on the CAD file, it looks really good. We don't need it in these Revit drawings. We really don't. So this is where you, as the operator, when it actually comes time, and let's just take a second, and I'll show you, because remember what I said a little while ago about Revit not being able to draw anything that's shorter than 1/32 of an inch. So let's call this one, we'll say pipe H and V for horizontal and vertical. Horizontal, vertical, surface mounting. And highlight this, typical or vertical, piping for mounting. There we go. And undocumented trick, you can control multiple lines in in your title on sheet by holding down the control key and pushing enter. And that's automatically going to wrap, but only on the title on sheet. It won't do it for view name, and it doesn't do it on level names. It don't even try. Title on sheet only is where this works, and you won't see it. You won't actually see it until it shows up on a drawing. So let's go back to our Annotate tab in the detail line, and I'm going to pick some lines. So let me zoom in. We have some lines here. These little guys, now I'm hovering over them. You can see they're highlighting, but they're so short that Revit will not let me copy them. It just simply won't. So this is where you, as the operator, need to be judicious on what gets copied and what doesn't. I mean, yes, that is a lovely little isometric thing. Can this view be simplified? Do we need to show that little spring-loaded ratcheting mechanism, or can we actually just show a stick with another little piece going over the top here? Now, for some of us CAD diehards, that's just not right. But it's one of the things that you have to do. Obviously none of the words there. Why that's showing up in the CAD detail, it's just unnecessary detail. So there's our horizontal and vertical, and I'm not going to do this whole detail. I'm going to leave it for some of the rest of you guys to do it. Now, for readability purposes, you can use, whether you want to use medium lines or if you want to use the those wide lines. Zoom in, or you can use the thin lines. And the difference between thin lines and lines, lines is a Revit default, and it actually shows up green, which is a bit unusual. But you can also just use thin lines. And like I said, between those 3 line weights, you've got 99% of everything you will ever need. So we don't need to go recreating the wheel. But you've seen how I've done everything else, and this is where we are right now. So there you are. That's importing and recreating AutoCAD details.